Stay tuned after this brief message from Airbus Helicopters. The HeliExpo show is about to begin in Louisville, Kentucky, and as the exhibitors are getting ready, AINtv spoke to Matt Zuaccaro, president of the event's organizer, Helicopter Association International, to gauge the mood of the industry and the issues it faces. We also caught up with two of AIN's editors to get their perspective.
The state of the helicopter industry right now around the world is positive. Everybody is stable and they're doing quite a bit of business. As you know, we do so many missions that each mission profile has a unique set of economic, impact and effect on it. One thing I think we all realize and acknowledge is the offshore industry right now is not performing the way we would all like it to, but it's a direct result of the price of oil around the world. But as I said many times before, I've been doing this long enough that in effect that this has happened previously. And the good news to this story is that we've always recovered and come back stronger than we were before.
Well, mainly civil helicopter deliveries are down across the board in the larger helicopter segments, like the Sikorsky S-92, the Augusta-Westland 101. To a certain extent, the super mediums are a little bit depressed right now. Anything related to offshore oil exploration, you're seeing deferred deliveries, some lease roll-offs, things of that nature.
Certainly the decline in oil prices has had an effect on the helicopter industry, but this industry is so used to the normal ups and downs of the economy, they don't really let it get to them. They just figure out new ways and better ways to use helicopters to serve all sorts of different industry segments, and I don't expect anything different at this show.
The heated debate on privatization of air traffic control is important to the helicopter operators HAI represents.
The initiative to take the air traffic control system and remove it from the FAA and place it with a private corporation that would be formed by the government, and then have the management board of that particular corporation dominated by the scheduled airlines with a level of inadequate general aviation representation, that is not a formula that we think bodes well for us. One of the aspects of it is that 135 commercial operators, which certainly the helicopter industry has many of, would be required to pay a user fee to use these services. And I find it quite odd that the air traffic control system is acknowledged by everybody, no matter who you ask, as the safest and most efficient in the world. If that's the case, then why are we doing this?
So politics apart, we asked our editors what they see as standouts for this year's HeliExpo show.
One of the must-sees is the mock-up of Bell's V280 Valor tilt rotor, which is really the latest generation in tilt rotor technology. But what's interesting about it is look at the instrument panel. It's basically a single pane glass cockpit, which I believe is the future of avionics development, not just in helicopters, but possibly in all types of aircraft. The other major development is the rotorcraft industry this year is very strongly focused on the unmanned aircraft systems market.
Finmeccanica is stressing their lighter product offerings, the 009, which is the old PZL Swidnik SW4. They've upgraded that product substantially with new avionics and new hydraulics. They also have a new version of the 109 called the Trekker, which is a skid-based landing gear helicopter. Bell is going to make news with the 505. That helicopter will be certified later this year. Also, the 525 is here this year for the first time, a flying prototype.
The show is also an important stage for highlighting key trends in the industry, and of course, safety and operating costs always top the agenda.
I think the OEMs are going to be stressing product life cycle issues this year, maintenance, health usage, things of that nature. You're going to see more and more of that going forward, not just the purchase price, but the total life cycle cost of ownership. Also this year we're going to be seeing the rechartering of the International Helicopter Safety Team. When that started in 2005, they had a very ambitious 10-year goal of reducing the accident rate by 80% over the course of 10 years. Obviously that hasn't happened. They're going to be looking at new methods and new strategies going forward.
The growth of HeliExpo over the past 7 years has led HAI to look for new locations to host the show, as it has outgrown 2 already. Louisville has proven to be a welcoming venue for the event.
Since I arrived here in Louisville on Thursday, I've had nothing but great experiences. The people are extremely friendly. They're so helpful. They go out of their way to do whatever they can to make everything work smoothly. In fact, the Kentucky Exposition Center built a helipad for HeliExpo just to make it easier to get the helicopters in here. The restaurants are very friendly, reasonably priced, traffic isn't too bad, and so far the weather has been terrific.